Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phi and this is Money Philosophy. Welcome back to another day of Tesla technical analysis. I am going to share with you my thoughts on Tesla after the price action today. And at the end of the video, I will also share with you my chart reading for Shopify and Amazon, which are the two other stocks that I like to trade regularly. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I am an investor and a trader in Tesla and other technology growth stocks. I'd love to share with you my investing and trading journey. A few of you asked me about the gap trade that I did for Tesla as well as some other stocks, and I wanted to share with you that I learned a gap trade together with many other setups and technique from this book called Mastering the Trade, 3rd edition by John Carter. I will put the link down below if you are interested. This book has been recommended to me by my trader friend and mentor, Ron. He has been instrumental to my trading career, and so this book is definitely discovered by him. It has a lot of good information in here. I highly recommend you spend a lot of time reading this. It helps you with the psychology, which is absolutely necessary for a trader. Here you can see he talk about the trading rules for gap, what's the secret to unfilled gap, the best strategy for people who can't trade full time. He also spent a significant amount of time on pivot points. He show you how to draw pivots. I do believe that there is a unique path to success for each trader. My path is not necessarily the same as yours and vice versa. So you have to really take advantage of knowledge at the same time of observing the market and figure out what's your strength and weakness. It is not as easy as rinse and repeat or replicate other people's success because their trading technique and their ability to control their emotions are very different from you. So I think this book will help you put trading in perspective. Spend some time reading through it. I put the link down below. I hope you enjoy the book and I hope it's helpful to you. We will start with the daily chart. Tesla today finished right below 200 days SMA. It ended the day at $576, while the 200 days SMA is now adjusted to $583. The RSI seems to have potential signal for divergence here. You can see price action is going sideways for the last 3 days, but there is a little bit of a bullish divergence in RSI. This tells me that Tesla has potential for reversal, although the sign is not very clear yet. Looking at the 30-minute chart, Tesla started the day pretty strong. It went above this middle pivot line here. It closed the gap generated from Friday, and then it retraced back down. And then gradually for the rest of the day, it moved down, touched the bottom pivot at $562, and then bounced really hard into close. So this tells me that there are a lot of buyers waiting to buy once Tesla hit a low of about $561. A bunch of buyers jumped in. For tomorrow, we are looking at between $590 and $547. If Tesla loses $583 tomorrow, it's going to touch $574, which is the middle pivot here, and then all the way down to $547, which means that it is continuing on the bear sign. However, when you see a RSI divergence here, it is possible that Tesla is going to jump first thing in the morning. Once again, we see divergence on the 30-minute chart, which was a part of the reason for this bounce here. The downtrending is more pronounced here on the 4-hour chart. As you can see, Tesla bounced. The recent high was about 780, and then gradually it's been moving down, make a big move down and then consolidate. So now the question is it going to make another leg down, or is it going to change up? Based on RSI though, I think Tesla might have found the bottom right around $560, or at least a temporary bottom for the next couple of days or so. There are a lot to expect in the next couple of days. If Tesla somehow can hold above 583 for a few days and RSI maintains the strength above 25%, it might potentially bounce back up. Taking a quick look at my leap option here at $1,000 strike for June 2023, it is now running at about $11,000. So right now what I'm looking for is an absolute bottom that Tesla is going to try to reach and then immediately bounce. It usually does that. But it is really hard to time it perfectly. So I'm still waiting on this. Looking at May 28th, which is next week, we are looking at, let's say, $645. We are at around $380 in premium price for a 645 strike out to next week. That is not a lot of time though, so we still have to be very careful with this option. There is a reason why premium is so cheap. So I would wait a little bit more. Once again, if Tesla is moving down to about 5:45, 50 in the morning, I might contemplate a short-term call and even a longer-term call. Looking at July 16, as I mentioned in my videos in the last couple of days, July is the month that Tesla will provide Q2 delivery numbers. So leading into that week, which is the last week of June, the first week of July, we might see Tesla moving up really fast because the rumors is that Tesla already sold out of capacity for Q2. So this is a potential good play for July 2021. If we're looking at 645 strike price for July, we're looking at about $2,700. So let's review. Tesla has an RSI divergence on the daily here. It also has a divergence on the 4-hour chart here compared to the price action. It also has a bullish divergence on the hourly chart here. On the hourly, I don't see it as pronounced as the daily and the 4-hour chart. On the 30-minute chart, it also has a divergence here. So it does seem to me that Tesla is looking to bounce. It could bounce at any point now, but let's see if it's just going to make the last and the final leg down before bouncing. So tomorrow, if Tesla hit 547 and dip a little bit below that, reaching to about 545, 544, I would enter a call for a temporary swing. So this is going to be a couple of weeks out. So I might look into the May 28th strike price. If the leap option for some reason get to about 8,500 to 9,000, I might potentially partake in the leap option price as well. So QQQ today is a little weak, but it is only down less than 1%. So it is not the end of the world. The RSI divergence is still there. Today's daily candles still show sort of a bullish continuation, somewhat of an inside candle. I'm not overly concerned about today's price action. Keep in mind that, however, it did retrace down from the 50 days SMA. So 50 days SMA is around at 326. And it is now at 324. Not huge, but I do expect QQQ to climb back above 326 in the next day or two in order for me to feel confident about the technology sector. SPY is still well above 50 days SMA. Its 50 days SMA is 405 and it is at 415 right now. The volume is below average, but the buying volume is still there. So I'm pretty confident that SPY is still pretty bullish, and for that reason, it could potentially lift the technology sector shortly here. So let's switch gear a little bit to Shopify. Shopify is also a highly volatile stock and it is good for trading. I do have a little bit of Shopify for long-term holding, but I don't have a whole lot. Shopify is more of a trading stock to me than an investing stock. Right now, it is still below 200 days SMA by only about $4, so it's not much for all intents and purposes. It's right there at 200 days SMA, but the 50 days SMA has been closing in on 200 days SMA, and the moment that this white line here crosses over to the red line, I think Shopify could go down further. So it is by no means a bullish sign despite the price action for today. I do want to see how Shopify does in the next few days. It needs to stay above 1138 and ideally above 1181 in order to be considered bullish. So I still think Shopify is bearish at this point. Shopify has a gap that it generated a while ago. This was back in February. From 1379, it dropped all the way down to 1301. So I do expect this gap to be filled at some point in the future, but I also don't know exactly when. Right now, Shopify is still pretty bearish, but if it stays above 1181, it could go all the way up to 1275, 1301, and then fill the gap at 1379. Let's take a look at 4 hour. There's definitely RSI divergence on the 4 hours, so it might have found the bottom. Very strong support is 1024. So in the next couple of days, if Tesla reaches the 1024 again and slightly dip below it, as is the case here, there's a good chance for a call, a potential swing trade for a call. So keep that in mind. So it hit this strong support a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times it bounced right off of 1025. Last but not least is Amazon. Amazon has been very interesting with this movement around 50 days SMA and 200 days SMA. So if I were to zoom in here, you could see that Amazon did have the 50 days SMA cross below 200 days for a little bit and then move right back up. Right now it is making its way above 200 days SMA again, and the price action for the daily candle today is pretty bullish. So it is not only above 50 days SMA, it also have a decent buy volume. The volume is 92%, which is average, but it is not weak by any means, and the RSI has been maintaining the oversold condition for a little while and start moving back up. So I do think that Amazon is more bullish than Tesla and Shopify. I do like to see Amazon above 33.21 and again 33.82 in order to be completely bullish in my mind. Keep in mind that Amazon has an all-time high after earnings of $35.54, and that is roughly $280 from here. So if Amazon does get back up there, it could make a new all-time high. If you are an investor in Amazon like myself, there is a lot to look forward to with this company. At the very least, to return back to the previous all-time high, you have another $280 per share to go, and above that, you're looking at $39.50 and $45.51. So this is it for this video. I hope you find the information helpful. I hope that you'll find the book Mastering the Trade helpful as well. Check it out. I put the link down below. And until the next video, thank you very much. Bye.